Mel from Patchy Pony Stitcher. Welcome back to my channel. This is my third floss tube. If you're returning, thank you. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I've got only a short video today. My first thing is I want to do a big shout out. I've had 4 other floss tubers mention me in their channel, so thank you to Magnolia Nana, Shell McKinney, Kay's Cross Stitch and Tess Stitches. I'll link them below, but guys, thank you. That sort of stuff means the world when you get a shout out from somebody else's channel, so it means a lot. Thank you. Now I do have an FFO, only a small one. So what it is, I don't actually have it with me because I've already posted it onto its recipient. It was a little gift that I made. So to break up the big stitching, I try to do little stitchings and I turn them into magnets and put them on birthday cards. So I'll insert a photo in here. So it's only a small one, but it's still an FFO. So it's gone on to one of my really good friends who shares the same birthday with me next week. So she doesn't live close, but she'll know that I'm thinking of her because her favourite dogs are dachshunds. So that was my FFO for the week. Now, last week I showed you my FO of the horses at sunset, which I really wasn't sure on how to fix, something that I really wasn't quite happy with. So I'm going to insert a photo here of the before photo where I thought there was just a little bit too much white. I actually thought it was an error in the pattern. Still do think it's an error in the pattern, but I wasn't happy with it. So I'll insert a photo here to show you what I mean. So as you can see, it was a little bit white and it just looked like the colours were missing off the pattern. So I decided, well, I asked you guys for advice whether I should unpick the stitching, the colour that I didn't like, or simply stitch over it in the colour of my choice. I went with option 2. I'm a little bit lazy when it comes to unpicking things. If it'd sit there for months if I knew I had to unpick it and possibly loosen other stitches. So I decided to just stitch over. Quite a few people said, oh, it might make the stitching a little bit uneven. It didn't. I did sort of use a bit more tension on the new colour. So I'll show you the leg. So I'll just have to bring that up. So as you can see, I've stitched a little bit more of the chestnut colour to blend in and make the leg look as though it's going down. And I decided to put my initials in a contrasting colour on the green section. So I'm much happier with it. Still not 100% love it. It's done. It's going to go up. It's going to get framed. But it's done. So that's going to be put away until I finish the companion piece. So the companion piece that I'm working on is called Prairie Romance. I showed you the pattern last week. So that'll go alongside it. Wasn't real keen about starting another full coverage, but if I don't start it, I never will. So got it all ready, put the fabric on my frame, and off I went. So I'll insert a photo here of where we are. I can't move the camera over the frame, it's just not there yet. So I'll just insert a photo here. Okay, so as you can see, I haven't really done a lot and it's a little bit boring. It's all sky, so all I've done really is just a little bit up here. And so I actually then hopped down to in the colour because I was getting over the blue, and it made me realise actually how much I like confetti. I like the counting, I like the changing of colours, solid colour coverage. No, boring. I can only do one thread at a time and then I have to move on to another colour, otherwise I just don't tend to come back to it. And I've got quite a bit of blue there to get through. So I'm not envisaging this one will be as quick as the horses at sunset. I'm not in a hurry, not that I was in a hurry with the other one, it's just that that's all I was working on. So now I've got a few different pieces on the go as well. So the Prairie Romance may take a bit longer than 5 months. Now my other whip is the sal that I've been working on, the Caterpillar Cross Stitches Adventure Awaits. So it's a mystery sal. On the 22nd of each month we get emailed a copy of the next release. So I'll show you a photo. Well, this is the full June release. So we've got a few different motifs there. We've got the big bus from London, the Eiffel Tower, the Leaning Tower of Pisa, the Dubai Tower, the Red Square at Moscow, and some snowy mountains. Now I did add some extra snowy mountains into my piece and took out some trees, only because of that's just what suited me, that's what I liked. And I also changed a few colours around on mine opposed to what the pattern had, really just because they're the colours that I had in my stash and I didn't want to go buying something particularly when I had something that would suit for an item, a chart like that. So on its way, loving it, really enjoyed doing the little motifs, one motif at a night per night. So different from the full piece coverage that it's good to have a change of it and mix it up a little bit. So seeing little motifs come together quite quickly is a lot more rewarding in a short period of time than the full coverage pieces. So I actually, now that I've done that, I have to wait till the 22nd of July before the next bit's released. So I did start sort of going, oh, I really want to do a little bit more of just motif style things. And I'd seen a couple of people on their floss tubes doing the Clouds Factory, like the Harry Potter ones, and I think there's a Disney Epic one. And I sort of thought, oh, I like those. I know, Mel found Clouds Factory website, really reasonably priced, instant downloads, print them out, boom, we're on our way. So I did download a couple of patterns and I started, I started kitting up. I haven't actually started. That's what I'm going to do today. While it's my day off, I'm going to start one of my Clouds Factory patterns, so stay tuned for that. Now, because they are motifs, I thought, oh, I really don't, and I've only got white, boring old white Ada. I still haven't gone and found anything. Well, I have had a look in the shops for a few different I hand dyed and over dyed fabrics, but nothing really grabbed me, and a lot of them were linen, and I'd really like to try even weave before jumping straight into linen. So while I was out, I grabbed some fabric dye and thought, well, I'll dye some of the white linen I've got for my Clouds Factory. So, like as I've said before, I've only ever worked on white linen back 16 years ago. So working on coloured fabric, yes, I've worked on the blue, which is nice, it's solid, there's no marbling, there's nothing in that, that's factory dyed. So I dyed some of my own. So this is what it ended up like, keeping in mind that, so what I've downloaded from Clouds Factory is Rapunzel. That's my first one that I want to do. So it's a little bit girly, so I thought I'd go with pink, and my craft room's purple, so I've gone with pink and blue, and I'm going to do the Clouds Factory in a long chart. So this is what I ended up with. I'll put something behind it actually so you can see. So to me it's a little bit, I don't know, messy, motley, but I guess it'll work for what I want to do with it. The blue actually stands out a lot more in the video than it does in actual real life. I don't know if I'm happy with it or not. I don't hate it. I'm not used to stitching on over-dyed or hand-dyed fabrics, so we'll give it a go. We'll see how it turns out. It's only stuff for my craft room, so I'm not overly fussed if I don't like it, if I don't love it at the end. Yeah, so we'll give that a crack and see. So I'm hoping it'll all come out well. My last thing I wanted to chat about was a Facebook group that I started in Australia a bit before I started doing Flosstube. I'd watched quite a few Flosstubers and they're always getting stitchy mail, which looks like so much fun. And who doesn't like getting a surprise in the post? So what I thought I started this maybe 3 weeks before I did my first Flosstube, And what I did is I started a group called Stitchy Mail Exchange AU. And I've had quite a few members join. And what happens is you provide me with your address and I send out a Stitchy mail pack. And it's got 5 different items in it. So you take out, you might like all 5 pieces, but you replace the 5 pieces with something out of your stash, and then you send that on to the next recipient. And it's going really well, actually. I'm surprised with how much positive feedback I've had. And so I've actually started 2 packages that are out in the country now circulating, and people take out a piece, they put something on and post it to the next recipient. So the non-Flosstubers out there are getting some stitchy kindness and just that bit of a surprise in the mail. So if you are in Australia and you would like to be added to the mailing list for this, there's no cost. The only cost to you is getting something out of your stash that you no longer want, replacing what you take out, and popping a stamp on it and sending it on its way. So depending on how heavy the envelope can get, it can be up to $5 Australian to post on. So if you are interested, the link is below. All you need to do is request to join, and boom, you're on the list, and wouldn't be long before you start getting your own stitchy mail. So that's really all I've got for today. It's only a short one, mainly because I don't have any haul this week. The things that I've downloaded the things I've bought are instant downloads, and they're just sitting on my computer waiting to print out. And I must say, I do miss. It's nice getting the instant chart, but I also like looking forward to the mail and receiving it that way. But I guess we're in the age now where it's easier, it's cheaper, it's quicker to get everything via downloads. So until my next video, and in saying that, the teenage boys are on school holidays for the next 2 weeks, which is a fortnight here in Australia. I've had a lot of people ask me what a fortnight is. And a fortnight, we refer to a fortnight as a 2-week period here in Australia. So the boys are on school holidays for a fortnight. So I don't think I'm going to be too keen to do any filming with them around in the house. So it might be a 2-week period before I'm back again for Flosstube number 4. So I just wanted to say thank you to everybody that's subscribed and all the comments. I love it. Keep them coming. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.